The success of your company is driven by the success of each function within the company. Now, I know that sounds logical, but very few companies really know how to measure the success of each function. Is your marketing function successful just because they created some great looking new website? Is your HR function successful because they created a new onboarding process or they created a new performance evaluation process? When you don't effectively measure the success of a function, you spend time on the wrong things, you hire the wrong people, you promote the wrong people, and you miss out on major opportunities to grow the business. You wonder why you all seem to be working so hard, but you're not seeing the bottom line results. You can't gauge the success of a function by how hard they're working or the sheer volume of work they're getting done. Functions like marketing, HR, sales, IT need to be measured by their results and how they impact the bottom line of the business. For example, how do you know if your marketing function is successful? Well, a great place to start is to define the purpose of your marketing function. If marketing's purpose is to drive more leads to your sales function, then the most important measure of success might be the increase in the number of inbound qualified leads. That might not be the only measure. Maybe marketing's purpose is also to drive brand awareness. Well, then you might measure the increase in your social media following or hits to your website. How about human resources? Again, let's start with the purpose of the function. If HR's primary function, primary purpose is to hire and develop A players, one measure of HR success might be the percent of A players in the organization, or it could be the percent of hires that developed into A players. Putting a new recruiting process or a new performance evaluation process in place doesn't mean HR is successful. They're only successful if those things drive real results for the company. Each function, sales, marketing, human resources, IT, finance, should have 2 to 3 primary measures of success that are reported on a weekly basis. And by the way, the CEO or owner should have measures too, since they're accountable for a function called head of company. This is a simple process, but it's not easy. The challenge is spending time to define for your specific company the purpose of each function and how it drives success. Some functions like sales are incredibly straightforward. Others are going to need a lot more thought. And it doesn't end with defining the measures. The measures mean nothing if you don't have a proven process and a rhythm for holding people accountable for those measures. That means selecting tools to track the numbers, creating the right meeting rhythm to hold people accountable, and creating a culture of trust where people are willing to be held accountable and willing to hold others accountable as well. Like I said, simple, but not easy, but it's worth it. Because remember, the success of your company is driven by the success of each function within the company.